This is the Midlands Show. Are you locked in with me, Rakeem, Omar? But I'm not here alone. Never, ever.
Never ever. It's Kaylee Golden, and we are so gassed right now to be joined by the one and only Lotto Lucas, man like.
Yo, yo, yo.
How are you, my Jim?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you guys?
Blessed.
We're
That's what
good.
I am.
We're good. Now, of course, we're here talking to you because you have a new tune out at the moment. But
Yeah.
before we even talk about the new tune, where have you been?
Wow, she went straight
I've
there.
Cool. I'm going to go
been
straight in. What you been
ghost.
doing?
I've been ghost. I've been working on myself,
Mm.
working on my mental space. Just self-building, really.
Amazing. And what does working on yourself look like? What do you do to work on yourself?
Working on myself. It's just like, I don't know, time in the gym, more time writing at home and in studio, just stuff like that. But definitely working on the physical appearance, put on a bit of weight over lockdown. So,
Didn't we all?
We all
We was eating. We was eating, bro.
And then not to miss out, we just had Christmas, so
That's very
enjoying
true.
that.
That's very
Yeah.
true. I feel like Kaylee touched on the topic. She went straight in there, and I feel like it's
Yeah.
something that a lot of people have on their minds when they think of you, when they think of Lotto Boyzz. Everything was going, you gave us anthems and them things there, and then things went different. So can we go there? Can we get to the reason as to what happened? Like,
I think I'm gonna do like a personal interview. I touch on like everything. It's really personal, so
yeah.
don't want to put too much out and have too much questions. But like, I'll do it all at once. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
what are you willing to say? What are you willing to talk to us about?
I'd say men's mental health is a real thing. I'd say.
What does that mean? What exactly happened for you to be like?
I just feel like you need to be in the correct headspace when you're doing these things. Like, not get too caught up in the sauce and all of the money and all of that. Yeah. So like drawing back and being able to come home and not always being Lotto Lucas, but coming home and just being Lucas. That's it. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Do you think it's hard to have that as two separate people, because you do become a star? That is what your life ends up becoming.
Yeah.
How do you end up doing that and being like, do you know what? Actually, I'm Lucas first.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like getting the family time in and just like turning off your phone and being out the zone completely, like not worried about nothing and just having that quality time with the family. Like, they knew who you were before everything and after everything. So it's just, yeah.
Was it also combining the pandemic? Because obviously, say Birmingham Anthem, for example, 2018 plus for 2020, pandemic hits, things change and shift. Was it something about the pandemic as well as the pressure and life of just being in a group?
I think it was more just life. I don't think it had anything to do with the pandemic, really. I think the pandemic helped because everything was kind of put on hold. So it kind of helped in a way that while we wasn't releasing, people were still expecting, but not expecting as much during the pandemic, if you get what I'm trying to say. So, yeah.
No, for sure. Something that I definitely salute you on is that you have been somewhat open about men's mental health, and that's something that the world is only just now talking about, especially black males' mental health. What advice would you give to a young black male now that thinks that they are struggling with their mental health, and what advice would you give to them?
I think just being open with it and accepting it, because I think at the start we try and be denial and try and act like there's nothing wrong with us, but being open to understand the situation and do research into it and look it up, but also getting in contact with the right people. There's a lot of people out there that help in these kind of situations and crises. So yeah, I think just being very open-minded.
Absolutely. I went to an event the other day and there was a guy that I saw and I hadn't seen him in the flesh for a while. And his Instagram was sporadic before. He was doing bare things. And as of recent, it's been calmer, like the content makes sense. the daily posts, or the posts, it was 3 times a day. It was a lot of posts, They calmed down to get me. So his social media was making sense. And I was just talking to him like, what's changed? And he said one of the things was therapy. And he was like, one of the things that Black men don't talk about enough is therapy and getting it. And he has a Black therapist. Like, have you done the whole therapy thing?
Yeah, I've done it. I've touched on it. I don't think I don't think it's for everyone, but
talk on it, because I don't think it is either. I think it's a personal thing.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's not for everyone. Like, I don't like talking to people that don't understand me, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I prefer it to be someone from like my background. So when I did get onto having a Black therapist, it was a lot easier, but I still didn't really go into depth. I touched on light things, but I don't really go into depth. I think it's knowing yourself is the main thing.
Was it a trust thing, do you think? Like talking to a stranger about your innermost, deepest thoughts and fears?
Now, I think it's easier to talk to a stranger about that, though.
Really?
Yeah, it's easier to talk to a stranger about that because they're not judging you. They don't really know anything about you, so there's nothing to judge. Like, it's just an open book. So you're just painting a canvas of your life to them. And they're just helping bits and bobs. So yeah.
It's something I want to do, but I'm just scared of the idea of telling an absolute stranger things you've never told anybody else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I feel yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have a good therapist, because if I went to therapy and I literally hated it, I was doing work while I was on the phone to her because I just got over it. I was like,
wow.
I'm so over this right now, because I don't know, I feel like sometimes when they're trying to get the bag, they'll just pretend to listen. They'll be like, yeah, so moving on to next week, and I'll be like, sis, I'm barling on the phone to you. What for you? What are you doing? I was like, dead this, but don't give up on therapy. I will find a good therapist somewhere.
Yeah,
go on. We love to see it. Before you touched on the idea of the face of it all, the appearance of it all, the being in front of the public eye in a sense was something that impacted you as well. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
How do you mean? Sorry, what?
Because before you said having to separate yourself from a human being and being you, and everything happening. Those were things you had to differentiate and work with.
Yeah.
What do you exactly mean by that?
It's like being like living, because when you're on the roads, everything's just fast lane, fast paced living. You just do what you're doing, not care without a care in the world. But then it's like you still need to have your ground, something that grounds you, like to come away from that and just ground you and be at home. And obviously, my mom's always trying to drag me to church, so things like that. Just being very spiritual in a sense, like she's trying to make me spiritual, which I need to be more, to be honest. But yeah,
is that what you're trying to be? Are you trying to be more of a quote unquote Christian person, or are you just trying to be like, I'm trying to find my thing?
I'm trying to find my thing. Yeah,
I respect it.
That's it.
Obviously, so this is the Midlands Show. We have to talk about Birmingham. We're all from the 0121. Did you feel like at that point that you and obviously Ash had a lot of pressure of, like, you're representing Birmingham at that point? I mean, you put out Birmingham Anthem. You were the sound of Birmingham. Was that pressure?
I could say it is a bit of pressure because, you're banking on your next single to do as well as your last single, if you get what I'm trying to say. So it is a bit of pressure. But I think when you're in a group, you kind of divide, you balance the pressure between you. So you just push each other to do as well as possible. So yeah, it's kind of easier being in a duo, but the solo mission now shall commence.
Yes. And did you stay in Birmingham the whole time, or did you move to London?
Nah, we stayed in Birmingham the whole time. It was back and forth. But we used to stay in London quite a lot as well. But the London life is too busy. London life's just too busy, on the go, 24/7. It's nice to just come back to Birmingham and be able to travel places that are 5 minutes away and it don't take an hour.
Slow down. What was it like being like, I mean, you still are, but being so big in Birmingham, where it's, I would feel like that was so hard because everybody knows Face, everybody watches Face in Birmingham. A lot of the times it's good, but sometimes it's not as good. What's that like?
No, I think we got a lot of love from Birmingham. Like, it was actually nice to just come home. Obviously, it gets a bit annoying when you can't just go to your local shop anymore without getting asked for a picture. But you know, it's part and parcel. It comes with it. It comes with it, innit? So you kind of just get used to it. I loved it, to be honest. Yeah, I loved it, man.
You say loved in a past tense. Do
Mm.
you want to go back to that?
I'm not saying go back to it, but I'm not really. I'm in and around Birmingham now, so I'm not too central anymore. So I don't. It's not as much as it used to be, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I miss it still.
What's one of the craziest scenarios that you might have found yourself in? Like someone, I don't know, senior in your trackies when you're just chatting to boss man, trying to just get your little thing there, your 2-piece and chips or something. What was the craziest moment that you've had, the interaction with someone that appreciates you?
The craziest interaction. I can't even think off the top of my head now.
You must have had some moments where you're like, raw, did that just happen?
Yeah,
Imagine.
definitely. I think it was when I was away for a minute, and then I was driving my brother's car, and I got caught in like a shopping center not too far from mine, and because I've been away for a minute, my images kind of changed just a bit. I've got a bit of hair now, and I'm putting a lightweight. It was just like, yo, that's Lotto Lucas, isn't it? I'm like, oh, I don't have time for this right now. I just put my foot down, man.
Not in the car.
Do you know, I don't actually know where the lotto came from either. Like, where did this whole lotto thing come from?
Okay, it was my 19th birthday, and me, Ash, everyone, all my boys, we went away to Liverpool, I think it was. And we was all dressed up, went out for a cheeky Nando's, only a Nando's. All dressed up. And then I was like, you know what? It would be any girl's lucky dip to have one of us right now, you know? And then I was like, lucky dip, Lotto. And then I was like, Lotto Boyzz. I was like, yeah, that works. That really works.
In the Nando's?
Yeah, in the Nando's.
Well, I need to go to the Nando's to get some inspiration, you know? We're going to get to the new single, obviously, in a bit. I want to talk about, obviously, your current life. Like, has there been any differences, any major differences with doing things solo, having, you know, experience going through this thing and becoming yourself in a group?
There's been differences. It feels different because obviously having someone to depend on it's a benefit in it. It benefits you, but I think the solo mission, I'm willing to just take it on full throttle.
Okay. Are you gonna do right? Okay, here I go. When I see Beyonce does Destiny's Child songs still, and I get gas. Are you still gonna do Lotto Boyzz songs when you perform?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hesitation there. I was
I
like,
know the hesitation.
No hesitation. Definitely.
Sure about that one?
Yeah, proud.
Yeah.
Proud. I'll proudly do Lotto Boyzz songs, definitely.
Okay, good, because there's some songs I need to sing to. I still need to see you live because I don't know how I haven't yet.
Oh man, definitely need to get you to a live show.
Yes, I absolutely love that. Let's talk about the single out now then, Come First.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about making it.
Making it was really, I don't know, it was a really organic session. We drove up to London for the day. And the vibes with TK, the producer, was just very lit. I tried to go with something different at the start. Like I played him something. I said, can we make something like this? And then he was like, he got a bit stumped doing it. And he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the flow. And then when we went with the flow, Come First just happened. And it was just very, very vibey and organic.
I was living for you singing as well, you know.
I swear.
Yeah, because I feel like before you was more of the rapper, and now you're rapping. And yes, sir. Where are these vocals coming from, sir?
It's the hidden. You don't let everything out the locker at once, basically. So we have to just go back in, and draw for it because, you know, it's like people didn't know, so now they need to know, innit?
Now, I deep something in this tune, yeah? When obviously you're talking about liking Hennessy. And
Yeah.
I feel like only sweet ones like Hennessy. Really deep it.
I hate Hennessy.
Deep. That sounds like a personal problem. I'm just saying, the sweetest ones like Hennessy. Am I lying? Am I not lying?
Yeah, the sweet ones do like the Hennessy though.
Do you know what? Out of my friends are the most wild ones like Hennessy.
Oh.
We like them wild.
Yeah. Obviously, in the song, you're describing and talking to a certain type of person that you would want. So I feel that we should play a cheeky game right now.
Okay.
Why not? Yeah? Kaylee, you with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I think we should play a game of rate it or leave it. We're going to give you some options. Are you going to rate it like, yeah, I'll take that, I'm calm with that, or you're going to leave it alone? Yeah? For the type of things that you would expect in a person. So first up, she wears socks in bed. Are you going to rate it or are you going to leave it?
Leave it.
What's wrong with that?
Leave it. I don't know, like when you're in bed, you like that skin contact. You don't want to be feeling socks and that, innit? It's long.
What if she's got, you know, something wrong with one of the little toes, you know, the bunions making the foot look out of shape? You know, it's just respecting you and, you know, just the sleeping together and, you know, wanting to just appreciate your space.
I guess if it's like that, then I have to rate it. But other than that, leave it, man.
Okay, fine. I've got one for you. She's a club babe. She likes to go out. Are you taking it?
Yeah. Rating it. There's girls that know how to handle themselves and they go out. You know, ain't no problem with a little party and a little fun.
I love that. I love that. I say this all the time though. When people are like, oh, they want their partner to say no, I'm like, but why? Well, if they just want to go out and dance and have a drink, then why can't they go out?
Why can't they?
Isn't it about the extent, though? If you're going out more than me, that's a bit that's a bit mad. Isn't that a bit mad?
You just don't go out enough.
Respectfully, there's nothing wrong with liking a homebody. I just feel like that's nice because then.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. 100%.
Yeah.
A homebody, but if she wants to party, gotta leave her to it, man. Can't be tying them down, man.
Right. All righty then. Next one. Rate or leave it that she likes to add mayo to all of her dinners.
Leave it.
Thank you.
That's a scary one.
What's wrong with that?
That's a scary one.
Vile. Kaylee, is that you?
Maybe. Either mayo or coleslaw has to be on everything, you know.
Oh, not the coleslaw. I'm not a fan of coleslaw. You know?
Coleslaw's bad. What do you mean?
I'm not a fan. You know, I think it's the salad cream mayo thing, whatever the mix is.
Oh. Lucas, you like coleslaw?
Yeah, I get down with coleslaw still.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hungry.
This
Too much talks about food now.
Yeah.
I know. I half don't want to be that girl. It's like, what's next? But generally, how's the next 12 months looking for you? What's the plans?
The next 12 months, I don't think I'm allowed to say it, but there might be a sneaky EP. Management might get on my back for that, but yeah, I'll let that unfold itself.
I like how you said sneaky, but you just said it anyway.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
You know, if we just, you know, speaking hypothetically, you know, management respectfully, how many songs do you think would be in this imaginary EP if there was one, which there isn't one, but there could be one?
Something that rhymes with heaven, and it's not 11, so it might be
8. No, I'm joking.
Yes, on.
I'm very confused. I'm like 7, 11.
Would you want any like if you could, again, imaginary doesn't exist, hypothetical, all that. would you want features? And if you did, what would those features be?
I'll go for.
Were you trying not to say something you wasn't supposed to say then?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind the Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where the angle's at now. Burna Boy, J Horse. Yeah, I'll leave it there. That's just imaginary though, isn't it?
Of course, doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're just imagining things here.
So, with that said, though, is it the chart success that you want? Is that the direction that you want to head in?
Sorry, say that again, please.
Is it the chart success? Is that the kind of direction that you want to head in?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Basically.
This is so exciting. I'm so excited for you, you know.
I'm excited for myself this year. Definitely, I'm on it 100%. There's no games to be played anymore.
Absolutely. And I think just discussing like what you've said to us previously about how you've taken the time to work on yourself and you're ready, you're out here, you're dropping the music. This feels like the perfect time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100.
So we're ready for it. Let the hair grow and them things. If the weight gets on, the weight piles on. We don't business. Well, the women might business, but that's that's an individual question. But respectfully, we're here for the thing, man.
Yeah, man.
For sure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Always welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.